There's a common belief when it comes to setting and accomplishing goals, and here's how it goes. Get clear on what you want and write it down. This is to make sure you are asking the universe for the right things. Then, put your goals somewhere that you'll always see it. Close your eyes, cross your fingers, and wish it into existence. Yeah, that isn't gonna work. So in today's video, I want to break down the best process for approaching a very large, ambitious goal. We need to recognize that one, the goal is going to take a very long time. It is going to be a series of starts and stops. We aren't going to be able to set a goal and accomplish it quickly. Instead, we're going to find ourselves working at it and working at it and working at it and working at it and working at it continuously for a long period of time. We're going to have those moments when we feel like giving up and feel like stopping, and we need to keep going. That is the nature of setting goals. That is the nature of aiming for really ambitious, very large goals. It is going to require that level of dedication. And the second mindset shift that we need to make is that the actual outcome doesn't truly matter. Now, I talk about this on my podcast, Tiny Leaps, Big Changes, all the time. Whether or not you accomplish the specific goal you set out, it's not that important. Yes, it's nice. It's nice if you can set a thing and actually check it off the list. But ultimately, the process of setting the goal and the journey to accomplish that goal, that is where the growth happens. And at the end of the day, that is the ultimate outcome, right? We are setting goals and trying to accomplish big things because we want to improve ourselves, because we want to create change in our lives, because we want to grow as people. It's not about this specific outcome, it's about the growth that we have over the period of our lives. So rather than stressing about whether or not we accomplish this specific goal, we should be focused on what we can take from the journey itself. Now, the second thing that you can do when trying to accomplish your biggest, most ambitious goals is to make it your focus. Now, what I mean by this is to essentially create propaganda for yourself. Immerse yourself into a bubble, a media bubble that you have created where everything you see, everything you consume is designed specifically to reinforce your goal, reinforce the actions you need to take, remind you to take those actions. Now, this can be done by journaling regularly, writing about your goal, writing about the actions you took towards the goal, writing about the actions you didn't take, writing about what you think you should be doing, but spending time every single day writing in a journal or on a notepad about the actual thing you want to accomplish. This can be done by using sticky notes and pasting them all around where you are likely to see them. So for me, this is my computer screen, this is my refrigerator, this is the headboard on my bed, and this is the bathroom mirror. If I paste things in these areas, I'm going to see them throughout the day, and those reminders can actually sink in. You can also do this by setting calendar reminders for yourself and having them pop up on your phone or on your computer throughout the day to remind you of what it is you said you want to do. Now, of course, we can never completely shut out other content, but if we can make sure that 60, 70, 80, 90% of the things we see and consume and do on a day-to-day basis are supporting that goal, then all of a sudden we have the opportunity to keep ourselves living in that environment where that goal is our focus, where that is the thing that we are trying to accomplish every single day, and there's no opportunity to forget or to drop off. Now, the next thing you need to think about is what your key behaviors should be. Many of us can't accomplish the biggest goals that we want because we are busy, because life is complicated and there's a lot going on for us. So rather than stressing about every single detail that needs to go into it, it's better to focus our limited time and energy into the key behaviors that truly matter. Now, we find these things by utilizing an idea called Pareto's principle. Pareto's principle simply states that typically 80% of results are driven by 20% of behaviors. I'll repeat that. 80% of results are driven by 20% of behaviors. Now, this isn't always going to be true, and this is not a hard and fast rule that you should follow all the time. But it is a good practice to start asking yourself, what would the 20% of behaviors be? What are the things that matter more than others? If your goal is around weight loss or fitness or finances or any other area, what are the things that matter most for the specific outcome you're trying to create? If you can identify that, then you're going to put yourself in a position to focus your time and energy on those areas so that you can spend less time wasted and you can actually make more progress on a day-to-day basis. And then the last thing I want you to really be thinking about is to focus on doing what you can each day. There's a reason I call my podcast Tiny Leaps, Big Changes, because it's not about showing up every single day and doing as much as possible. It's not about being this productivity machine that just gets everything done all the time. That's not most people, and that's not actually going to apply to most people's lives. You have different constraints than other people. You have a different situation than other people. And so some days you might be able to get more done than other days. Some days you might not be able to get anything done. Your job is to just focus on the individual day. What can you do today? What is that tiny leap for you today? If you focus your energy there, and try to accomplish just that tiny leap every single day, whatever is realistic for you, whatever fits into your life, whatever is able to work given the constraints that you have. If you focus your time there, you're going to give yourself more freedom to show up when you can. It makes it easier to be consistent, and consistency over a long period of time is ultimately what's going to lead to accomplishing that big, ambitious goal.